Organizations are made up of people and function through people. Without people, organizations cannot exist. The resources of men, money, materials, and machinery are collected, coordinated, and utilized through people. It is people who build factories, structure organizations, and manage them successfully. The rapid growth of globalization has increased the number and significance of MNCs, which in turn increased the mobility of people. Working for MNCs is a challenging task. HRM is a study about people in organization, how they are hired, trained, compensated, motivated, and maintained. 1. 3. Concept and evolution of human resource development. Human resource development (HRD) is the framework for helping employees to develop their personal and organizational skills, knowledge, and abilities. Human resource development includes such opportunities as employee training, employee career development, performance management and development, coaching, mentoring, succession planning, key employee identification, tuition assistance, and organization development. The focus of all aspects of human resource development is on developing the most superior workforce so that the organization and individual employees can accomplish their work goals in service to customers. Human resource development can be formal, such as in classroom training, a college course, or an organizational planned change effort. Human resource development can be informal, as in employee coaching by a manager. Human resource management is the process of acquiring, training, appraising, and compensating employees, and of attending to their labor relations, health and safety, and fairness concerns. The evolution of HRM can be traced back to the HR movement in the ancient period. For example, the minimum wage rate and incentive wage plans were included in the Babylonian Code of Hammurabi around 1800 B.C. The Chinese, as early as 1650 B.C., had originated the principle of division of labor, and they understood labor turnover even in 400 B.C. Cortelyar, in India, in his book Arthasi Vanstra, made references to various concepts like job analysis, selection procedures, executive development, incentive system, and performance appraisal. However, in the modern age, up to 1930s, it was referred to as personnel management, and the focus was on the employer-employee relations. Studies on HR were in it. Ally, guided by Taylor's scientific management principles. He pointed out that just as there was a best machine for a job, so there were best ways for people to do their jobs. Later on, Hawthorne studies to the behavioral school based on the theories of Abraham Maslow, Hertzberg, and Douglas McGregor gave this concept a recognition. The early roots of HRM in India could be traced back to the period after 1930. The Royal Commission on Labour in 1931 suggested the appointment of Labour officer to protect workers' interests and act as a spokesperson of Labour. After independence, the Factories Act 1948 made it obligatory for factories employing 500 or more workers. In view of legal compulsions and the enumeration of duties, the entire approach of organizations towards their personnel was to comply with the laws and keep the welfare officers busy with routine functions. During the L1960s, the scope of personnel function has expanded a bit, covering labor, welfare, participative management, industrial harmony, etc. In this period, the human relations movement of the West had also had its impact on Indian organizations. The legalistic preoccupation slowly gave way to harmonious industrial relations and good HR practices. In 1960s and 70s, the HR professionals focused more on developmental aspects of human resources. The emphasis was on striking a harmony zero-US balance between employee demands and two organizational requirements. HRD has come to occupy a center stage and a focal point of discussion in SEMINC Micro S conferences and academic meets. During the 1990s, organizational restructuring and cost-cutting efforts have started in a big way. Thanks to the pressure of privatization and globalization (LPG), forcing companies to focus attention on MLD capabilities, product, service quality, speedy response, customer satisfaction etc. Changing demographics and increasing shortages of workers with the requisite knowledge, skills and ability have grown in importance. The issue of workforce diversity has assumed greater importance in view of the cultural, religious, social, regional background of the workers, especially in global-sized companies such as Reliance, Ranbaxy, Asian Paints, Tisco etc. The following table capture the picture more accurately. Table 1. Period 1920. Welfare, HR, man, in person, and admin, efficiency, dimension, increment, integrated. Various developments in the 21st century heralded the arrival of the knowledge and IT era. During the initial phases, IT was perceived as an all-pervasive phenomenon and attempts were made to tune all organizational processes to this development. However, the experience of a large number of organizations, both at the global and the national level, has led to the realization that IT has to play only a supportive role in achieving organizational objectives, and for this purpose, an organization has to focus on its three core areas: A. People, processes, and performance. 1. 4. Nature of HRM. HRI1 is a process of bringing people and organizations together so that the goals of each are met. It tries to secure the best from people by winning their wholehearted cooperation. It has following features. 1. Pervasive force, ILRL. 1 is pervasive in nature. It is present in all enterprises. It permeates all levels of management in an organization. 2. Action-oriented, HRM focuses attention on action, rather than on record-keeping, written procedures or rules. The problems of employees at work are solved through rational policies. 3. Individually is when as group-oriented, HRM tries to help employees develop their potential fully. It encourages them to give their best. It motivates employees through a systematic process of recruitment, selection, training, and development coupled with fair wage policies. HRM is all about people at work, both as individually and groups. It tries to put people on assigned jobs in order to produce good results. 4. Future-oriented, affective Hive 1 helps an organization meet its goals in the future by providing competent and well-motivated employees. 5. Development-oriented, HRM intends to develop the full potential of employees. The reward structure is tuned to the needs of employees. Training is offered to sharpen and improve their skills. Employees are rotated on various jobs so that they gain experience and exposure. Every attempt is made to use their talents fully in the service of organizational goals. 6. Continuous function. According to Terry, HRM is not a one-shot deal. It cannot be practiced only 1 hour each day or 1 day a week. It requires a constant alertness and awareness of human relations and their importance in everyday operations. 7. Auxiliary worked, HR departments exist to assist and advise the line or operating managers to do their personal work more effectively. HR manager is a specialist advisor. 8. Comprehensive function, HRM is 2. some extent, concerned with any organizational decision which has an impact on the workforce or the potential workforce. The T1 meter workforce signifies people working at various levels, including workers, supervisors, middle and top managers. It is concerned with managing people at work. 9. Interdisciplinary function. HRM is a multidisciplinary activity, utilizing knowledge and inputs drawn from psychology, sociology, anthropology, economics, etc. To unravel the mystery surrounding the human brain, managers need to understand and appreciate the contributions of all such soft disciplines.